Okay, slow down, console guys. Slow down, just for a minute. Before I get started with this video, I want to show you some purchases that I've recently acquired. I bought another PS4. This one's the slim model. It doesn't play games. It just basically streams a bunch of shit. So really, there's no difference. You know what I mean? Um, Movie recommendation: Blu-ray. Bam. If you ain't seen this movie, awesome movie. I was really surprised by this movie, man. And this season of TV that I'm watching, and it's very rare that I find TV shows that are good. Number one, my favorite show of all time would be Dexter. Number two, Breaking Bad. I've really enjoyed The Shield, but outside of those three shows, there's really been nothing. Hannibal. I just got through season one of Hannibal. If you have not watched Hannibal, check it out. Definitely awesome. I don't know about season two, but season one was fire. All right. Okay here. Everybody good? Okay. Topic at hand, the PC regarding the 60 frames. Oh, 60 frames, 1080p doesn't matter. Gameplay over graphics any day of the week, which a lot of times is true. But I think we're losing the point I was trying to make in the video. We had Seventh Level, who obviously knows way more about gaming than I do, talking about games or those old games he showed, some of which or some old SNES games were 60 frames and 120 frames for some Nintendo game, whatever. Look, that may be. Bottom line is this: they are shitty looking games. That's my point. They are garbage looking games. Okay, look, you remember back in the day, the whole Trey for life shit, the Trey Brotherhood and all that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Anyways, Seventh Level used to rep the shit out of the PS3. And Seventh Level play anything. You know what I mean? And this used to be one of my main points with him. And then he bash anything that's on the 360. And this is not taking a shot at 7-Eleven. I mean, 7-Eleven are cool. This is just a point I used to make with a lot of the Sony fans, General G included. Whatever happened to General G? Is he still around? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Um, he'll play as a raccoon, like a raccoon thief. I can't think of that. Sly Cooper. Okay, now some of you may like that game. Whether that's a good game or not is irrelevant to me. It's not a type of game I play. You guys know me. You know the shit I play. And I used to tell 7 Level, well, you can play this over here. You can play Ratchet and Clank, but then you're going to smash Halo. But then you're going to smash Gears. It doesn't make any sense. It's a complete and total bias, is what I used to say. That's basically the point I'm trying to make with Black Bond. Black Bond says it should be the standard for 2014 to be 1080p, 60 frames. And in a lot of ways, guys, he is right. My point was he tries to make such a big deal out of the 60 frames argument, and then he turns around and plays garbage looking games. That's my point. These PC guys are gamers at the end of the day. They are hardcore gamers. Look at the amount of money they will spend to play video games. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it at one point. I bought a PC. I spent a shit ton of money on a PC. We're not going to get into the headaches that it included. Those of you who follow me, you know what time it is. I spent $400 on my Steam library, and I beat one game, and it was Crysis. Every game I fired up on that PC looked better. And at first, I was blown away by these games. I'm downloading the games just so I can see the graphical differences. 30 minutes in, you realize it's not worth it. It looks better, it plays better, but it's the same game. You understand what I'm saying? Bond said something in my comment section about, that was the standard for the 90s, about the games I was talking about. It's 2014, it's not the standard anymore. My point was, so then you'll go buy a 3DS to play a 90s game. The Zelda game he just bought. Somebody said it ran at 60 frames. Okay, that may be, but it's not a pretty game. It is an ugly game. It might have good gameplay, it might have good storyline, it might be very well made, which I'm sure it is. Nintendo is still in business for a reason. But the bottom line is, you talk so much, these PC guys talk so much shit about 60 frames, 1080p, and then they will play the shittiest looking games. That's my point. Now, if it were somebody like me boasting 60 frames, 1080p, that I would understand and I would never say anything to them because I know that is all they wish to play. But these guys, they're way more in depth than somebody like me when it comes to games. They play whatever. You understand my point? Crysis 1. I played that on PC. That was one game I bought. I beat on Steam. I loved Crysis 1. When I downloaded that on the PS3, it was unplayable. So Bonds, put my mask on here, put my mask on here, unplayable, unplayable. I agree in that sense. It does hinder a lot of games. Payday 2 was unplayable on the PS3, but it's very, very rare. It's very rare that I can't play a game because it's not 60 frames. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay? 2014 standards have not produced anything close to Dead Space, anything close to Uncharted, anything close to The Last of Us, anything close to Red Dead Redemption. You know what I'm saying? And none of these games run at 60 frames, 1080p on consoles, and they're my favorite games. When I look at my favorite games, 2014 1080p 60 frames doesn't hold a candle to these non-1080p 60 frame games. That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying it's not important. I even acknowledge the fact that these consoles are definitely too weak. I'm acknowledging it. You know what I mean? Review Tech USA made some videos a while back talking about will this generation last and that because these are just dumbed down PCs. And yeah, I totally didn't see his point. Now I definitely see his point with them struggling with the 1080p 60 frames. I understand. But at the same time, you have to look at GTA 5 on consoles is a spectacle. It's a marvel. GTA 5 on last generation consoles is it's a milestone, man. How they were able to achieve that on last generation hardware, and that's where I still have hope. If they were able to achieve that, if they were able to achieve Red Dead, Uncharted, my favorite games of last gen, if they're able to achieve that on last gen, then man, the sky should be the limit for these consoles. So yes, they're not a PC. They're not as good as a PC, but I still think they're capable of great things. That's the point I've tried to make. Black Bond, Blackbuster Critic, BG, all these PC guys, they're all gamers, man. They're all gamers, and they'll play whatever the fuck. You understand? All right, I'll holler at you.